everybody, and happy Wednesday. My name's Amanda. This is Yogalates. We're going to take it back to the very basics today, and we are going to only need your mat, yourself, and some water. You can grab a block if you'd like, totally not necessary. Let's go ahead and start with a warm up. We will, of course, have some water. Get everything here nice and set up for us. So, of course, just your mat. Let's go ahead and come on up to standing. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Soft bend your knees. Just gently roll your shoulders back. Gentle rolls. Really bringing your shoulders up towards your ears and then relaxing them down back. Let's do two more on this direction. And then switch the direction, pulling the shoulders up and forward. Keeping it going. Nice, gentle shoulder rolls up and forward. Keeping it going. Just a few more like this. All right, let me get everything set up here. All right, from here, just a few neck rolls from side to side. Just gently drawing your ear to the same shoulder. And then drawing your right ear to your right shoulder down towards your chin, chin to chest. And then left ear to left shoulder. Bring it back down around. A few more just like this. And then with your left ear to your left shoulder, we're going to roll it back this time, right ear to right shoulder, and then back. A few more times in this direction, keeping that soft bend in your knees. And then gently coming back, right shoulder to right ear. From here, we're going to come into Warrior Two. Left toes pointed forward, nice straight back, right leg, arms out to your side. Go ahead and come on up, flip the directions, down to Warrior Two. Deep bend in that knee. As you come up to standing, draw the arms up overhead and flip your toes forward while simultaneously flipping your opposite toes backwards. All right, from here, go ahead and come with your feet hip width apart, wide and hip width apart, toes face forward. We're going to draw our arms up for big star, and then come down, bend the knees, cactus the arms for goddess. A few more floats here. We're going to come down onto the floor now. So just moving here. We're going to stay on the floor for the entire series today. Chest stays lifted. Give me one more wherever you're at. All right, gently coming on down. We're going to lay on our, we're going to come laying onto our left side. From here, you're going to prop yourself up with your left forearm, extending both of your legs back. For more support, you can also draw your bottom knee up. From here, we're going to take that top leg, your top right leg is going to be straight, your toes are flexed, and you're just going to raise and lower. Core is engaged, keeping your top right hip stacked directly over your bottom left, slow and controlled, not letting that right foot tap all the way down. It comes to a hover and then comes right back up. Your right toes are flexed, your right leg is straighter, longer. Tiny movements here. You can keep your right hand out in front. You can keep your right hand on your hip to feel if you're rolling backwards or forwards and allow you to correct it. You want to add more heat to the core while always keeping the core nice and engaged. You can draw that right arm up towards the ceiling. Little raise, little lower. Keeping it going. Just the right leg is moving here. Still going, still moving. All right, wherever you're at, hold that right leg up high towards the ceiling. Still your leg is straight. We're just going to alternate pointing and flexing those toes. Strong point for the toes, reaching those toes in opposite directions of your calf, and then drawing the toes towards your shin. Core still remains engaged here. That right leg is straighter. Maybe it's directly up towards the ceiling. Maybe it's more at a diagonal. Maybe it's more to a low hover, keeping it as high as you can, doing what you can today. Still going, still moving. Almost there. Tiny point, tiny flex. All right, from here, go ahead and hold the right toes pointed. We're going to lower and raise that right leg. So right back to where we started, except this time our toes are pointed, really elongating that leg. Your top right hip stays stacked directly over your bottom. So maybe your right toes are slightly pointed outward. They can also be completely facing forward, keeping your feet parallel. Raise and lower. Tiny movements here, keeping it going. Right leg straighter, right toes pointed more. A few more just like this. Give me one more wherever you're at. Hold that right leg to a hover. So maybe it's hip height, maybe slightly higher, maybe slightly lower. You still have the toes pointed. We're going to alternate flexing and pointing those toes. Maybe looking down and seeing that you're flexing more each time. You're pointing even further each time. Feel that nice stretch in your calf as you point. Feel that nice stretch in your quad as you flex. Keeping it going. Your right hip stays stacked directly over your bottom left, allowing you to engage your core. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your inner and outer thighs. Just the top right leg is moving. That bottom left leg is just relaxed. Maybe wiggle your left toes, making sure that you're not pressing through your lower left thigh. All right, holding those toes pointed, we're going to draw tiny circles here, as small as you can, working the inner and outer thigh of that right leg. Tiny circles. You got it. Keeping it going. Little circles here. Almost there. Tiny circles. We're going to flip the direction in just a bit. Do not worry about which direction you're going to begin with. Tiny circles. Little circles. Holding that leg straight out. Leg remains straight, so you're not bending, extending that leg. Your toes remain pointed the entire time. Tiny circles here. Go ahead and hold it in the center, and we're going to flip that direction. Tiny circles. Little circles here. Keeping it going. You got this. Just tiny circles. Feel free to readjust your lower leg as needed. Little circles here. Keeping it going. We're almost there. Give me a few more circles in that opposite direction. It's your second round here. Go ahead and release that leg down. We're going to extend that bottom left leg. If you had it bent, feel free to readjust yourself, prop yourself up more if you need to onto your left forearm. We're going to extend that top right leg, still working that top right leg. We're going to point the toes, draw the leg up towards the thigh, extend up towards the ceiling, flex the foot, straight right leg, and then slowly and gently lower with control. Point the toes, draw it up the inner lower thigh, point up towards the ceiling, flex the foot, and gently lower down. Keeping it going. Your core remains engaged here, slow and controlled, not going for speed. Remember to point as you glide the toes up the inner left thigh. Flex once you get that leg up towards the ceiling, and then lowering down. Keeping it going. Give me one more wherever you're at. Draw that leg up towards the ceiling, flex, and then point. From here, we're going to go ahead and roll slightly forward. So you're stacking your hips. You're not rolled back. You're going to have that right foot flex. You're boxing out your top right hand. You're going to draw that right knee to the right elbow and then kicking it back. Slow and controlled here. You can also go ahead and lay all the way down. Maybe prop your head up with your left hand. That's a little bit more comfortable for you. Right knee to right elbow, and then kicking back. Your right toe stay flexed. Pressing through your heel as you extend the leg straight. Feel that nice squeeze in your glutes as you extend that leg straighter. All right, go ahead and draw that knee in towards your chest, maybe tapping your shoulder, and then we're going to kick up to the ceiling. So knee to elbow or chest, and then kick up to ceiling. So we're just changing that direction between kicking straight back out over your lower leg to kicking up. Maybe you're kicking out to diagonal. Maybe that is your up. Maybe kicking up directly up towards the ceiling, opening up the hip more. Whatever feels good for you today, slow and controlled. That core remains engaged, so your body is not rolling forwards or backwards. Having that top right hand boxed out allows you to hold yourself even more still. Keeping it going. Knee tap and then kick up towards the ceiling. All right, go ahead and hold that leg up to the ceiling. Point the toes. We have little circles here. Nice hip work. Still avoid pressing through that lower leg. You can, of course, lower it to diagonal, just little circles here. Maybe looking up towards your right leg, admiring the straightness of it, how strong point your right toes are, tiny circles. Your core is engaged here. Keeping it going. Tiny circles. It does not matter which direction. You know what I'm going to say. We will switch. Keeping it going. You can, again, have your head propped up with your bottom left hand. You can also have your forearm down. If you have your forearm down, your left forearm down, your range of motion of how high your right leg is up towards the ceiling is going to be limited. So keep that in mind. All right, give me one more circle, and then you guessed it, reverse that direction. Tiny circles in the opposite direction. Now this direction you did not choose initially, so you might find when you slow it down a little bit more, you might find that when you try to pick up the pace, a little bit more wobbly. That's totally fine. Slow it down, draw those circles, tiny movements here. Working into the hip mobility. Keeping it going. Almost there. Tiny circles. Almost there. All right, go ahead and reverse that direction, tiny circles. Oh, before I do that direction, oh my goodness. All right, from here, go ahead and have that knee bent. Your foot is parallel with your hip, that knee is bent out in front. We're going to tap that knee down towards the floor, it does not have to touch, just comes close, and then up towards the ceiling. So you're opening that hip. Most important thing is that your core is engaged. You're drawing your navel deep into your spine. Your upper body is not moving. So from your waist up, you're not moving. Your lower left leg, it's also not moving. Completely still. You're just drawing that top right knee down towards the floor. Again, maybe it taps, maybe it just comes close, and then drawing that knee up toward the ceiling. Full range of motion here, as much as you can. That right foot is just floating in midair, keeping it going. All right, go ahead and hold it open. This time we're going to place that right sole of your foot to the inside of your lower left leg. Same thing here, but that right foot is grounded. We're just opening and closing, maybe straightening your lower left leg. Core remains engaged, open and close. That right knee is bent. Your right foot is planted into your lower left. You can also place it onto the floor, feet gently behind your lower left leg, just open and close. Notice how when you open your knee, you're more inclined to roll backwards by preventing that. You want to engage your core and squeeze your glutes as you lower the leg and then lifting to open the hip. Keeping it going here. Give me one more wherever you're at. Hold it open. Go ahead and draw that right leg straight. You can have that lower leg bent for a little bit more stability. That leg can be hip height. We're going to tap in front and then rainbow up and over and tap behind. So your hips still stay stacked. That right hip is on top of the left. Squeeze your glutes. Engage your core. Tapping far behind you. Maybe you tap the floor. Maybe you just come close. Just your big toes tap, rainbow up and over, tapping in front, and then rainbow up and back, tapping behind. Slow, controlled movements. Your core remains engaged the entire time. Tap forward, tap backwards, a few more, just like this. Almost there. Give me one more wherever you're at. Full tap forward, tap back, and then bring it forward again. All right, finish up where you're at. Go ahead and plant that right foot behind your lower left leg. Straighten your lower left leg. From here, we're going to go ahead and keep that lower left leg flexed. Nice straight left leg. And we're going to lift and lower. So lifting that foot, that calf, maybe your knee, your thigh, all the way up to your hip, lifting it off the floor, and then gently lowering it. Slow and controlled. Don't just let the left leg drop down. Control the movements coming down. Think as slow as you raise that leg, you're rolling it down just as slow, if not slower. Use the control. Go ahead and hold that leg to a hover, point your toes, and you guessed it, tiny circles here. Little circles, slow and controlled. This is our last move on this side. Of course, after we switch directions, give me a few more circles wherever you're at. Tiny circles, little movement. All right, go ahead and switch that direction. Maybe by now, it's not really a circle, more of an octagon. Whatever you're drawing, try to keep that left leg straighter, your left toes pointed. Hold that left leg lifted to a hover, tiny circles in the opposite direction than when you started. We're going to rest that left leg down just a minute. Give me one more. All right, release that left leg down. Maybe draw your knees into your chest. All right, and we're going to switch sides. Go ahead and bring in any equipment, aka your water, with you coming on down. And now we're going to lay on our left side. I'm sorry, our right side. We were laying on our left side. Get my left and right confused already this morning. All right, laying on your right side, you have your left leg up on top. Your legs can be straight or they can be, your bottom knee can be bent. From here, we're going to flex that top left foot, straight left leg, raise and lower. Your core is engaged. So you're thinking, we're just working our legs, we're just working our lower body with our glutes. But you're also working your shoulders and your triceps by holding yourself up with your forearm. You're always working your core, no matter what you're doing, because your core is engaged. You're squeezing your core as if you're driving your navel deep into your spine. This is a great exercise to do anywhere you're at, whether you're driving, whether you're sitting on a train, you're sitting at your desk or standing. Always keep your core nice and engaged, keeping those muscles activated. So while you're just raising and lowering your left leg, nothing else is moving, you're still working that core. Your core stays engaged. Give me one more. Hold that left leg up towards the ceiling, straight left leg. That leg remains straight. Of course, you have a micro bend the knee if you need to. And just point and flex. Slow and controlled. Enjoy that nice release in your quad, the front of your left thigh, as you flex the toes up towards your calf. Enjoy the nice stretch along your left calf when you point the toes. Notice the difference in your leg muscles as you alternate between pointing and flexing. Your core still remains engaged. You might feel a slight pinch in your outer left hip, completely normal. Power through it. If you need to release that leg down, shake it out for a second and come right back into it. No worries. We'll be right here waiting for you. All right, on your next point, hold that point, and then we're just going to lower and raise. Slow, controlled. Activate the top left thigh, keeping it going. Left toe straight and pointed. Just raising and lowering. You can always stay onto your right forearm. You can also come down and prop your head up with your right hand. Keeping it going. Still going, slow and controlled. All right, last one. Hold that leg to a hover, straight left leg, toes are pointed, tiny circles. Try to avoid pressing off of that lower leg. Maybe slightly hinge forward. You can also box out that left hand whenever you need to. Just tiny circles here. Squeeze that glute. Keep it going. Tiny circles. Core remains engaged. Relax your shoulders down. So even despite if you have your top left hand boxed out, relax your shoulders down. Nice proud chest. Keep it going. Core remains engaged. Tiny circles here. Give me just a few more and then we'll switch directions. All right, go ahead and change that direction. Now again, this is the side that you did not choose initially. So it's very common for it to not feel as comfortable as the first direction that you chose. Keeping it going. Maybe slowing it down slightly more. Keep it going. Almost there. Still going. Almost there. Tiny circles. We're going to add some movement in that left leg by bending it and extending it, alternating pointing and flexing here in just a minute. All right. Go ahead and extend that lower leg straight, or you can keep it bent. We're going to still keep the left toes pointed. We're going to glide the left toes up the inner right thigh, extend the left foot up towards the ceiling, flex the foot, and then gently lower down. So your top left hand can be boxed out. You can also keep it on your hip. If you want to challenge your balance, you can also draw it up towards the ceiling. Slow, controlled movements here. Moving it up. Slow it down as much as you need to. All right, give me one more wherever you're at. Pointing as you roll the toes up the inner thigh, point up towards the ceiling, flex, and then lower. Bring that leg to a hover. Come back to a point. From here, you can also have a slight bend, and that bottom left leg, we have our rainbow tap. Up and over. So maybe your foot taps the floor. Maybe it comes close. That is completely fine. Most important thing is that you don't want to be rolling forwards or backwards. So slow and control is the game that we want. You want to get that leg up, lifted high. Try to draw a beautiful rainbow arch up and over. Point the toes more. Straighten the left leg even more. You got this. Rainbow arches up and over. Give me one more forward, backwards, and then back to forward. All right, once you get there, go ahead and bring that left leg to a hover. We're going to flex the foot, option to box out your top left hand. We're going to draw that knee in towards the chest, maybe tapping the elbow, maybe coming closer towards your chest, maybe coming to hip height, and then kicking straight back. Strong flex through your left toes. So really notice drawing that knee into your chest, your core is engaged, and then extending back, taking out any bend that you have in that knee and feeling that stretch in the back side in your outer left glute. Keeping it going. Knee into the chest, and then kicking directly back. You got it. Keeping it going. Go ahead and give me one more, and then draw that knee back in towards the chest. Now we're going to kick it up towards the ceiling, opening up that hip. So maybe you're straight up towards the ceiling. Maybe you're kicking out to the diagonal. Doing what you can today. Opening up that left hip. Knee comes in towards the chest and then kicks up towards the ceiling. Keeping it going. Tiny movements here. Core remains engaged. Even though you're opening up the left hip, avoid rolling a lot forwards and upright. You want to keep your core nice and engaged. Go ahead and hold that leg up towards the ceiling. Strong point through the toes. Straight left leg. Tiny circles here. Drawing a tiny circle. Little circles. Toes are pointed. Any direction. We'll do both directions. You got it. Tiny circles. Still drawing those circles. Keep it going. Almost there. Give me a few more in this direction. All right, go ahead and reverse that direction. Maybe you look up and you notice how straight your leg is. You notice how much you're pointing your toes. Keeping that direction going in the opposite direction than when you started. Squeeze your inner and outer thigh on the left leg. Squeeze your glutes, engage your core to allow yourself to stabilize that left leg up towards the ceiling. Keeping it going. Keeping it going. Tiny circles. Almost there. Tiny movements. All right, go ahead and extend that lower right leg. We're going to bend that top left knee so your heel is parallel to your knee and it's hip height. We're going to tap down and then come up towards the ceiling. So your front knee taps down front, and then you're trying to tap your toes behind you. So you're keeping your knee and your foot in the same plane with one another, but you're tapping forward and then tapping behind you. Toes tap behind, knee taps in front, core remains engaged, preventing the rolling forwards and backwards. Keeping it going. Give me one more wherever you're at. And then go ahead and place your foot on the inner lower thigh. You can also place it behind. From here, we're going to lower and close and then lift open. So same thing that we just did, except this time our foot is planted, whether it's behind the lower left leg or it's on the inner thigh of the lower left leg. You're lowering and closing and opening. You're really working that outer left hip, keeping it going. Your hips remain stacked, so avoid rolling forwards and backwards. All right, hold that leg open. Go ahead and ground your left foot behind your lower right leg if you haven't done so already. Straighten your lower right leg, flex the foot, just raise and lower. So getting that entire foot off the floor. Go ahead and bring the ankle if you can. Lift the shin up, lifting the knee, lifting the thigh all the way up to the hip, lifting everything that you can. Your core remains engaged. So your hips are open. You're slightly lean backwards. Lift and lower. Tiny movements here. Keeping it going. Little raise, little lower. Core remains engaged the entire time. Still going. Go ahead and hold that leg lifted, point the toes. We're going to draw a tiny circle here. Tiny circles with your lower right leg. That right leg is straighter. The right toes are pointed. Tiny circles here. Core remains engaged. Maybe drawing that arm up towards the ceiling, challenging your balance here. Tiny circles. Yes, you can. We are so close. You got this. Almost there. Still going. Still going. Tiny movements. Little circles. All right, go ahead and reverse that direction, the opposite direction than what you started with. Little circles here. You got this. We are so close. Keeping it going. Still keeping that back foot planted into the floor. Tiny circles. Working the inner and outer left thigh one last time on that lower right leg. You got this. Still going. Still moving. Almost there. Keeping it going. Little circles. Almost there. We're going to come sitting on our bum next. All right, go ahead and release that right leg down. Maybe draw your knees into your chest for a nice little stretch. All right, go ahead and come onto your bum. From here, we're going to draw our fingertips behind our body. As we go ahead and extend our right leg. So your left foot is flat, your right leg extended. We're going to draw tiny circles, straight right leg. In case you have not had enough of these circles, maybe get creative, maybe drawing a heart, maybe drawing a crescent moon, a four-leaf clover, doing what you can, a triangle, keeping it going, tiny circles with that right foot or whatever object you would like to draw. Go ahead and reverse that direction, tiny circles here. That right leg is straighter, your right toes are pointed more. You're keeping that right leg to a hover, your core remains engaged. Keeping it going. You can also come down onto your forearms. Tiny circles. Your core remains engaged. All right, go ahead and draw that right foot down. Go ahead and extend your left leg long to a hover. Strong point through your toes, your left toes, straight left leg, tiny circles. And same thing on this side as you did on the right side. If you want to get creative, draw a different shape than a circle. If you're fed up with circles, drawing whatever you can, anything to distract you and take your mind away from the workout that you're doing. Keeping it going. Tiny movements here. Your gaze remains forward. Your chin is lifted off of your chest. Relax your shoulders down. Working in the same direction. Keeping it going. We'll switch here in just a few more rounds. All right, finish that loop and then go ahead and switch your direction. Core remains engaged. Still keeping your navel pulled deep into your spine. Keeping it going. Almost there, tiny circles. Still going. Still moving. How are we doing on time? Oh, we are good. All right. Finishing up where we're at. Go ahead and draw those legs together. Your legs are diagonal up towards the ceiling. We're going to draw our legs down into a circle. Nice big circle this time. As you close that loop, reverse the direction. So go ahead and come onto your forearms if you're not already. Full circles here. You can also maybe draw a heart. Anything that starts and ends in the same spot. Maybe getting your legs straighter. Maybe point the toes more. Keeping it going. Tiny circles up and over, alternating directions. So going right full circle, loop it up to where you started, and then down around to the left, full circle. Give me one more on each side, slow and controlled. The slower, the better. Embrace the burn. All right, go ahead and lower your feet. Make a butterfly with your feet, so still staying onto your forearms. The soles of your feet are touching. Your knees are wide. We're going to close the knees towards one another. Maybe they tap, maybe they just come close, and then opening them. Keeping your core engaged, working the inner and outer thighs. One more time. Your chin remains lifted off of your chest. Shoulders relax down from your ears. Keeping it going. This is it. Nice stretch. Still going. Give me one more wherever you're at. And then hold your knees together. Go ahead and roll all the way back, relaxing your head down. Go ahead and draw your knees in towards your chest, both of your knees. And then extend your left leg long, clasping your hands underneath your right shin. Drawing a few circles with your right leg. I know, more circles. And then reversing the direction. And then switching sides. Draw the left knee in towards your left shoulder. Extend your right leg long. That right leg can be hovering or planted into the earth. And then just drawing a few circles with your left knee. Jump that left hip and then reverse the direction. And then either drawing both of your knees into your chest or rolling over to your side. Rock and roll yourself up, coming to a seated position. From here, go ahead and extend your right leg out long. Left sole of your foot comes to the inside of your right leg. We're going to draw our right hand to the inside of our right leg. Our left arm reaches up overhead. Your chin and chest remains lifted for a stretch all along the left side body. And then go ahead and come on down, framing both of your hands around your right foot, drawing your body down towards your legs, flexing your toes, enjoying that stretch all along the back side of your right leg. Gently come on up and switching sides. Extend your left leg long. Draw the sole of your right foot into the inner left thigh. Left hand comes to the inside of your left thigh. Right arm reaches up overhead, keeping your chin and your chest lifted. The left toes are flexed. And then framing your left leg with both of your arms. Left arm comes to the outside, right arm comes to the inside. Maybe grasping onto your left knee, your left calf, your ankle, or your toes, and drawing yourself down towards your left knee, bringing your heart down towards your side, maybe your nose to your knee, enjoying that stretch all along the back side of your left leg. Gently rolling on up when you're ready. Bringing the soles of the feet together one more time, staying up nice and straight. Maybe raising and lowering those knees, relaxing your hips one more time. And then extending your legs out straight in front of you, flexing your toes, round your arms up overhead, and with a flat back, folding over for one last stretch this morning. Big inhale and rolling further down as you exhale, drawing your forehead closer towards your toes, closer towards your knees, reaching for what you can. You can have a micro bend in those knees or keep your legs straight. And then gently rolling up on your next exhale. Roll your shoulder blades back and forward. Come on up to a standing position. Feet are wider than your hips. Nice big inhale. Fantastic work, everyone. Thank you so very much. Again, my name is Amanda. This is Yogalates. I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your day.